trying to do this live, okay? So, oh my gosh, this is the third time. Anyway, let me not bore you with that. If my light goes off again, I'm actually going to stop trying, okay? But anyway, so today I got this really good, I won't say it's good, it's very interesting, okay? It's good if it helps all of you. Now, I learned this statistic that 90% of dieters actually quit 3 months after they start their diet. Now, this actually shocked me. Now, it's not that number that shocked me. Here's the part that shocked me. It's not because people are lazy or because they lack willpower. It's because they believe they are not deserving of that diet. Now, when I saw this spoke directly to me because I've had this voice in my head for years asking me. Now, it doesn't do it anymore, which I'm so happy about. Okay, I can celebrate because it always asks, who do you think you are? Anytime, so this was like a trigger button or a ceiling that I knew I was about to break through. I look at it, hindsight now, that that's what it was. And it came right up against my belief. Whatever I was trying to do, whether I was trying to buy something that I thought was higher priced and it was just for me, wasn't for the family, nobody was sharing it, not because I feel sick or whatever type of low-level excuses I needed to actually believe that I was deserving, it was just because I wanted it, simply. And the voice chimed out. Who do you think you are? Or sometimes it's not even an inner voice, it's someone next to you. Like, whoa, fancy smancy, they see you buying something. Or they see you occupying the fridge with all of these organic produces and things like that, and fancy fruits they maybe never heard the names of, and here you are, it's just for you. You don't mind sharing, but it's just for you. And they're like, huh, okay. Maybe a voice in their head asks, who does she have to think she is for her to allow herself either that level of quality foods and or that level of expense of food, right? So that's what I'm getting at in this video today, is self-love seems to be, it doesn't even seem to be, in my experience, is directly correlated with self-worth and your diet transformation or lack thereof, okay? Now, if you haven't seen my video about me being 1 year fully raw, check that out now on my channel. Because that was one of the main mantras that I used to tell myself, and that is every single day for the most part. And it got lessened over time because I started believing it. So instead of asking myself, who do I think I am, I actually said, I am now allowing myself to feel that I deserve this. So I actually said to myself, I deserve this, to keep it simple, okay? I deserve this. This was the message that I kept reiterating to myself when I thought, I'll just get the low-hanging fruit, so to speak, the Lay's potato chips or whatever cooked vegan processed food was available, quick, easy, no dehydrator time, fruit doesn't have to be ripe to perfection, just cut that plastic bag, drop it in a pot, steam it up, boom, you're done. I had to keep reminding myself, I deserve this. Now I committed to a year, and that should even just show you that I had to convince my mind to allow me to just fully pour in what my mind looked at as perhaps a luxury diet, not a necessity, not the basic, but I gave myself a year to raise the bar for myself because I had to psych myself out that I have to be thrifty, there are more expenses or more things for me to put my money towards, and I had to put that aside. Now I got the dehydrator, I got the high-powered blender, I got all of the foods, fruits, the regimen, and if you need any of those things, by the way, if you're a beginner, or if you're right in the thick of it, you can look in my link, in my description, at my Amazon storefront, okay? You can get a lot of these items. But it was not the shiny new things that made me do this diet. Those things helped, but it was my mental resolve that I deserve this. Now, after a year later of successfully doing this diet, I have so many benefits. Again, you can check that out in the video. My period pains dramatically improved. I gotta be honest. Now, I've said this in a mantra to myself for months perhaps, but I have no pain. I'm just being real. I don't have any period pain, and mind blowing, right? I actually have a video about that. Check that out. About being pain-free, naturally, without pharmaceutical drugs or strong painkillers. So if any of you are going through that type of struggle, the diet and some of the tips in there can help you with that, right? So yeah, ever since I leveled up my mind, I leveled up my body transformation. So yeah, before that, I used to feel like apparently 90% of people that are even interested in changing their diet, and that is, who am I to believe that, specifically if you're culturally centered around people that eat a certain type of way, only spend a certain amount of money on their foods, and maybe your family members, maybe your friends, and they're eating a certain type of way, and you don't want to feel either ostracized or singled out, or you don't want to put like a spotlight on yourself. And who knows, they may ask you like, why are you getting the lettuce that's like $7.99, or the spinach, triple washed or whatever, baby spinach, organic, ready-made or whatever, and I'm getting the $2 bag, maybe not organic, plastic bag, and just cutting it open, dropping it in a pot. And why are you choosing that? It's more expensive. They genuinely want to know. And some people may judge you. They don't want to know. They just think, oh, here she goes, and those are definitely opinions you could care less about, because what's happening is it's the same thing that was happening to you. You were being triggered when you were choosing something. So that inner critic was doing the same thing that the outer critic is now doing. So with this experience, I just wanted to share that with you. One, I want you to know that you're not alone. Two, critics doesn't matter. Your inner critic is just a representation of your old self that can't imagine certain levels. Now, your imagination and your vision of your new self, for your new self, that's the being, that is the thoughts, that is the belief that you want to listen to. And that's what you want to go with, because that is the part that holds your highest vision for yourself, right? You see yourself fit, you see yourself joyous, you see yourself giving to the world and the family and your friends as you want to. Nothing's holding you back, as foolish as somebody might judge your dream to be. You don't think it's foolish, you think it's possible, and you think it's worthy. You desire it and you dream it a lot, and it just feels like, man, this is me, you know? That is the only excuse you need. You do not need any external excuses. Don't ask the universe for dis-ease, because it can offer it up to you. Don't ask the universe and suggest, oh, I've reached my threshold of pain and suffering. Now it's time, you know, and that's okay if that motivates you. I know you hear a lot of people suggest that, wow, I've been through these really dark spaces, and now it's time for light. You know, some of us humans feel like we need these type of lows to go high, you know. But again, I'm reminding you, you don't need to be low. You do not need to hit rock bottom. Why would you want to if you don't need to? Just get it through your thick skull. You don't need an outside activation, an outside source. If you want it, you realize it's good, you decide if it's good for you, it's good, move on it. Before you move on it, claim it, say it to yourself. I deserve this, and I am this. I deserve optimal health, and I am optimal health. And then allow your body or whatever your guiding force feels like to go in the direction of that food. And a lot of times, consistently for me, it was raw vegan. So if that's not what's for you, that's okay. Let your spirit guide you though, you know, let it bring you to this new, seemingly unbelievable self, miraculous self, and you can reach, just by your beliefs, miraculous levels of health if you just claim it for yourself. Don't allow yourself to be distracted. Don't allow yourself to go backwards and try to fulfill some destiny of some poor, sick, oh, sometimes I'm healthy, sometimes I'm not. It's just like, why are you settling for this level? You don't have to be socially accepted. The power within yourself. You've been given a vision. It's divine. It's not given to you from me, from somebody else. It's within you. You might have heard it and got a spark and say, oh, that's me. It's like somebody you see wearing shoes and you're like, oh, that's me. You know yourself, that's me. You feel connected to it. So they may have activated that within you, meaning inspired something within you, but you're the one that has to say, that's for me. And that's really all you have to do for the most part. If that study told me anything, it just corroborated how I already feel and what I felt and what I already learned and did for myself. And I used to do it every day. And it became less and less and less that I said it, more that I did it, I believed it, apparently, because it's a mantra, you know. Anything you keep repeating to yourself, you just wind up believing, right? So it got easier and easier for me to just choose every single day to be raw. And remind you, I had more years of not being raw than I had raw. So you could even argue and say I had a habit of not eating raw. So how is it that I consistently did it for a year? I had to attack, or I had to allow the form of my identification, how I identify myself, to change. Not the half garbage can person or whatever the heck I believed about myself before, like, oh, let me save food and let me get what's cheap, and you know, like that ain't gonna cut it. You know, you really gotta heighten that concept of self-love for yourself. So hopefully this relates to people, and I'm sure that it does, because wow, 90%. So yeah, let's get rid of these ridiculous notions that denying yourself something, leaving something for later, that you actually have to do that. You can do that, but why would you want to if you can claim optimal health for yourself right now? Do you know how powerful you are? Even just claiming something for yourself, even if you claim the opposite, do a little experiment. Say how horrible you feel, or how sick, or how tired you feel, and you'll get more of it. What seems like magic or a game, it's just not. If you think you're worthy, you have a little patience, time, and energy, curiosity, see for yourself. Say something to yourself before you eat, before you choose. Say, you know, I deserve a level of health. And see what your body, all the forces of your body, your guardian, self, comes up with. It may come up with a different food plan than what you're going to choose. How do you know? You'll get a vision. Maybe you'll picture an apple instead of the Lay's potato chips bag that's laying, right next to you. Really easy. Just open it up. Oh, the apple, you have to wash it. You got to take the sticker off. You have to cut. It doesn't matter. Just listen to that voice and let it lead you. Remember, it's not laziness. A lot of times we think it's laziness. The laziness comes because it's just like it's like a fake emotion after the fact, that because you don't believe. So it's like a micro excuse. The main excuse is you really don't think you deserve this. Oh, not me. Oh, no fuss. Da, da, da. It's all learned. So this is not to make you feel bad. This is just to hopefully finally wake you up to this thing, that the more you put into yourself, not physical right now, the more you put into yourself, just believing in yourself, mentally proclaiming to yourself, allowing that dream and that vision of yourself to linger, and to not let that triggering voice end your stream of consciousness that you just see yourself thriving. Just let it continue. You will see how far you get in your diet transformation and ultimately your health transformation. You will see how far you can go. I come to you now speaking about this. I started feeling a little bit sleepy and tired, and just speaking these words just put so much life into me, so how could I not share it? Specifically when I see so many people wanting answers and suffering, So I'm so glad I was able to reach you guys today. And if you need any one-on-one help about how to up-level your personal journey, I offer one-on-one Zoom calls right now, and you can find that link in the description. And I don't know, I think I've said it all. I love you guys, and thank you for being here, and here's your optimal health.